So I don't even know where to start, man.
It just depends on how much you're divulging. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool. So the A&P video on Monday, the A&P Hot Ones video went out late. And that was actually because of me. Because I was supposed to be home finishing a voiceover for the intro because I don't know where the Phantom was. And I don't know where Phantom was. He was also supposed to take care of the thumbnail. So I was like, I got to get the thumbnail ready. So I'm scrambling, trying to figure out, like, is this going to be the first Monday we miss an A&P upload? And the reason why I wasn't home was because I was in the middle of the longest breakup in human history, Lo.
Oh, man.
And I don't even know where to begin this situation.
It all depends on how much you want to divulge.
I'm just going to tell the story of the day.
Damn, you're not gonna at least give a little bit of it, what happened, how y'all mad and
no, bro, this is not relationship therapy.
No, I'm not saying the whole relationship, just like my understanding. Like,
no, bro,
this is the girl you was you want to try to describe your relationship, the girl you was fucking with.
No, so this is a girl I was talking to.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it a relationship, but Lo would describe it as such.
Because you was doing that niggas doing a relationship, but okay.
So anyway, my plan for the day, I had a whole bunch of things on my list. I rarely ever do this, but I was going to dedicate that day to taking Instagram photos because it's been like 2 months since I haven't had an opportunity to post on Instagram. So what I was going to do is wash all my cars. Yeah, I just went on rotation washing my cars. And so I washed my Land Rover first. And then on my way back, I texted her. I was like, yo, what are you doing? You want to just chill? Because it's like a 30-minute hand wash for the M4. I can't take it across like the regular washes. So I was like, yeah, let's just chill and talk. And she's like, all right, I'm with it. So she lives nearby. And I went down, picked her up. And, the whole ride to the car wash is like a 10-minute drive. She wasn't talking at all. And I don't let things like that ruin my day because I was already coming with happy, good energy. I was singing and vibing in the vehicle. I was playing my on repeat playlist on Spotify, so I was feeling myself. And then we got to the car wash. We got out, and she pointed. She's like, "Hey, you wanna just walk?" And I was like, "All right, cool, let's walk." I was kind of just want to stay in the lounge, air conditioning, but okay, let's walk. I need my 10,000 steps.
Okay. And
she wanted to walk like a distance though, like all the way to Target, which was like it was a while away. It was like a 10-minute walk. Anyway, we did that, and on the walk to Target, unbeknownst to me whatsoever, out of nowhere. Keep in mind, I was just trying to chill for a bit. She begins to like start the whole breakup speech. So, she basically hinted at the idea that this wasn't working because of events in the past few days, and so she said it, and I don't know what she expected me to say next, but I was like, oh, okay, all right. And keep in mind, we're walking to Target, and we have like an additional 40 minutes. So I was like, I just asked, I was like, if you're going to do this, why don't you just do this at your house? Why did you come with me to the car wash? Because now you're going to be here for the next 40 minutes. And she's fucking up the vibes right now, heavy. Like, trying really heavily to ruin my day.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
But I allow it though. We go into Target, and she's mad quiet. And, I'm not going to follow her around and shit. I guess she was going to grab things at Target. I was just on the phone trying to handle A&P business. So when on her way out, we're walking back. She's like, okay, before I leave, I need to get the toothbrush from your house. And I was like, that's absolutely not going to happen. You're not coming to the house to grab a toothbrush.
Let's pause for a second.
It sounds ridiculous.
Let's pause for a second. Let's be very mindful that this nigga has allowed her to leave things at the house.
It's a toothbrush, Lo.
That's the point of her leaving it. So she can make an excuse to say, oh yeah, I gotta go get the toothbrush. It's a toothbrush. She can just go buy a toothbrush. That's what I told her. I did say, yo, we're at Target, grab a toothbrush. So she waited in line for like 10 minutes, and I was on FaceTime the whole time. I saw her waiting. Yeah. And then we left, and I was like, where's the toothbrush? And she just didn't say shit. So she left the toothbrush at the house on purpose just so she can say, oh yeah, I need to go back to the house and grab the toothbrush. That's
unbelievable.
That's what they do though.
So and keep in mind, I'm a real calm individual. It take a lot to get me angry. The only way I'll get angry, the only one who could really do it to me is my brother, and he does it to me fucking often, is when I feel helpless. Because I can't fight my brother back. That he's fucking massive, right? So sometimes I just feel helpless around him, and there's nowhere for me to go. So I just go out and drive and calm down, lift weights, calm down, come back. It would take a miracle low for someone that's not my brother to get me in a state of pure anger.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, she doesn't grab the toothbrush. We walk back to the car wash, and I tried telling her like we probably shouldn't leave here because they might need the keys for something. Because the car wash was like a 1-lane thing. Yeah. I don't know if they need to move my car up. Turns out they needed my keys for something. So I felt like a dickhead. I don't know what I was holding up at the car wash. And I was like, whatever, I'm going to just take that. I should have been known that and stay here instead of going to Target. So anyway, I'm like, all right, I'm going to drop you off at your house. And I think she was surprised that I was done with it because maybe she thought that I was just going to chase.
Yeah, of course.
So, car is washed. I'm feeling myself. Still not going to let her ruin the day. Turn on my vibes. This time I'm on the... repeat rewind playlist on Spotify, so I was feeling myself. All right. You know what I'm saying? And drove back. I got to her house and I just parked the car. I was like, okay. I was like,
hold on. Just don't say nothing. Just in case I got niggas almost said the fucking legal name. Holy hell.
Hey, so we got to the house and I was like, all right, get out of the car. Now, this is the good thing about me, and you know this, is that I'm very straightforward. There's very rarely a time where you're gonna have to guess what I'm thinking. And the only time you're ever gonna have to guess what I'm thinking is when I'm gonna bring it up, just not right now. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time where I don't really feel like conflict right now, later. But that day I was feeling very like straightforward. So I was with it. I was like, all right, get out of the car. We got to her house. And she wouldn't get out the car. She just sat there. And I was like, I don't understand what the problem is, considering you prompted this breakup. So I would like for you to get out of the vehicle. And not on no petty, like angry shit. Just on some, I got things to do and I just wanted to talk to you in the car wash. And you currently trying to ruin my day. So I would like for you to get out. I don't need that kind of energy around me.
All right.
So what she tells me next is she needs to get a toothbrush. Of course. So after like 20 minutes of waiting there, telling her to get out of the vehicle. Just get out. She won't do it. I bring her back to the house to pick up her toothbrush. Now, when she gets to the house, she walks in with shoes. You know what I'm saying? And on the main floor, that's not the end of the world. But on the top, on the upper floor, I hate when people come in shoes. Because, like, you know, we pray up here. It's like, it's a clean area. I want it to stay clean. I was like, yo, can you take off your shoes? And she didn't do it. And north of just fucking grabbing her shoes off her feet, there's nothing I could do. And I think she wanted me to escalate the situation, so I just allowed it. You know, she came upstairs in shoes, grabbed her toothbrush, got back in the car, and I drove her back to her house. And I was like, now it's time for you to get out. And
did she get out?
She did not get out.
Oh, man.
And what ensued, Lo, I couldn't even make this shit up. It is the most, and maybe that's the reason why I kept fucking with her, to be honest with you.
Give us a time frame. Around what time is this? So
I don't know, like 2 p.m. ish.
No,
1.
Yeah.
So we started around like 1 p.m. Now I'm parked outside her house for over an hour trying to get her out. The car. At first, she's like, "Okay, let's say goodbye." You know what I mean? And so I'm about to go in for the hug, say goodbye, end this cordially, move on, go about our separate ways. And like I see her trying to go for more than a hug. And I'm like, absolutely not. That's not what's about to happen right now. And I kind of like push her back, like, yo, what are you doing? So then at that point, I'm like, all right, we're not going to say goodbye. I'd like for you to just get out of the vehicle. But then she's adamant. Now we have to say goodbye. And it wasn't like a goodbye. It almost was like if I let it play out, I don't know where it would have led. Like it would have been something like we would have kissed, we would have made out, and I don't know where that would have led. Yeah. So I was like, I'm not trying to do any of that because I'm in the middle of a breakup. So I was saying things real direct to her, like, do you usually do this in breakups? And she didn't really have a response for none of them. So I just kept asking rhetorical questions that she'd have to answer. She never got out the vehicle. So I opened the door and I was like, all right, I'll hug you from out here. I opened her, like the passenger, I was like, all right, let's come out here and hug. She's like, no, we have to do it in the car. So like, keep in mind, this is taking 10 minutes, 20 minutes in between all of this. I get back in the car. I give her like a friendly side hug, but she wasn't having it. No, that's not a hug. And then she goes from that's not a hug to, could we at least talk for 5 minutes? And then she goes from that to, it just began to escalate.
And this is like We're like heading over an hour.
Yeah, well over an hour. So at this point, I'm getting frustrated because I'm telling you the A&P video was late.
Yeah.
We're in text chats, and at this, I have a list of things. Y'all know how my list goes.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to knock out as many things on my list as possible while she's wasting my time. But then there reached the point where I ran out of things I could do on my phone that's productive. And I asked her repeatedly, I can't just throw her out the car because that's exactly what she wanted. So I just allowed it. And there was plenty of times throughout the day where she tried to violate. She knows there's no eating in my vehicle. She brought Cheez-Its in the car. She tried to violate there, and she ate it while I was in the car. Literally, she didn't like the music I was playing, and she was like holding my phone out the window. Like, I don't know what the fuck was going on, Lo, but it was like, you're trying, but my day is still going well. You know what I mean? We got the A&P video out, the podcast out that day. 1 out of 10s, bangers. So it's like, you're not about to ruin the day. So hours goes by. She tries, like, I just keep like rejecting all boom, boom, boom. And I already knew what time it was. She was just playing games. She likes to play games. She wanted to bluff a fake out like it was a fucking game of Texas Hold'em. And I was like, I don't have time for this bullshit. I just wanted to chill and talk. This is not how I expect my car washes to go. And so I'm like, all right, I'm done with it. But she didn't like the answer. So after all of that, bro, it got to the point where she was like, oh, we not broken up. And I was like, nah, I actually don't think that's how it works at all. I feel like that's not how it works at all. But then I'm like, okay, this is going nowhere. You know what I mean? And I'm on FaceTime with all kind of people throughout it, just trying to make moves. I call Walid and I'm like, yo, I'll be at home 5 minutes, be outside. And before I do that, I start to record because like this is so crazy. I'm like, some of this needs to be documented.
But you started driving around as well because you went to like QT and stuff like that.
Oh, I did. Okay, so I was getting thirsty. So I was like, I need some kind of water. So I drove to QT. I got water, and my gas was almost done because I was sitting outside her fucking house for hours. And we drove back, and she still wouldn't get out. And then now she's like, oh, we have to talk about it. I'm like, no, we don't. What do we have to talk about if this is over?
Now, at this point, let me just tell you what's going on over here. Walid figures out that these shenanigans are happening, and he knocks on my door and says, hey, yo, Agent is trapped in his car with old girl. I was like, oh man, that's tough. So you know I get the trolling. So we hop in the car and we drive, and he said you was at the gas station. And I was like, well, if he just left the gas station, more than likely he's gonna have to pass us heading to the gas station. So let's just go there. Let's not go to her house. Because we were gonna like try to figure out if we can like get you out of the car. So then I call you and I say, hey yo man, where you at, man? Can you stop at the store and give me some cheese at Kroger's, man? Yeah. So I was BSing just so we can like try to meet up at the same spot.
Oh, is that why you did it?
Yeah. And then you said, oh yeah, don't worry about it. I got you. As you say that, we're both crossing each other. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't know you were in the car, but I saw the AMG.
Yeah, this guy. So then we both crossing each other, and that's when I text you back, hey, don't worry about it. You know, Walid's on his way over there, you know, to the yada. So then as we turn around, we just start following you. And that's when we saw you parked outside her car, or her house, because it was really not that far at all. And then me and Walida just text him like, hey, yo, you need saving, man? You good? You everything all right? Walid literally texts him a meme of Superman, like, you good? You need saving? You know, Dean like, nah, I'm good. I got this. Don't worry about it. I'm valid. Literally text me, said I'm valid. I was like, oh, okay. Mind you, he's been gone from the house bare minimum 3 hours at this point.
And it was a car wash. It's supposed to take like 30 minutes, bro.
Bare minimum 3 hours.
So I was parked at her house and I began recording. I was like, all right, it's hour 2. I'm in here and before I could even say nothing, boom, snatched the phone. And it stopped the recording. And so now she's like, starting to get a little bit angry, Lo. Cause I'm like, you know how hard it is to get me angry? Like you're starting to get me there a little bit. Like I'm 10% angry. And just to get me past 2% would take Davis levels of idiocy. So I call Walid, I'll be home 5 minutes, be outside, boom. And my plan is to just go on about my day. Now, if she wants to sit in the vehicle while I get shit done, that's cool with her, but I'm done. So I'm about to, it's like a cul-de-sac. I'm about to go around and leave. Go back onto the main road so I can head back to my house. She says to me, and I quote, if you cut the corner, I'm going to attack you.
Wow.
And at first I was like, that's probably not a good idea. I said this in my head. This is not a good idea because I'm the one driving. So she's probably not going to do that. but she started to reach for things, and I'm just driving because I'm calling her bluff, obviously.
Jesus.
Why would she attack me? That's some crazy shit to do. But right before because we're going like in a U-turn, right before we pass her house, I see her pull out the mace. And I'm like, no, the fuck she's not. She's about to pull out the mace. She's about to mace me in my vehicle for wanting to be productive. Bro, I couldn't explain to you how, like, I always like how, like, under pressure, I don't have to think, bro. It's instinct. Just move. Immediately slam the brakes, put it in handbrake, because it's an incline. I was hoping my M4 didn't just fucking slide backwards.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have to get out of this car because she currently has a mace. Now, luckily at the time I had my glasses on, so, you know, worst case, my eyes were largely protected, but not entirely.
Yeah.
So on my way out of my vehicle, she begins to like pull on my fucking shirt, and I hear it start to rip. And to the point where I didn't want to escalate confrontation, I didn't even do anything to take her hand off. I just continued to try and push through her grabbing me. Jeez. So my shirt continues to rip. My whole damn shoulder is missing now. My shoulder is scratched up and everything. And I finally get out the fucking vehicle. And at this point, no, low-key, I'm kind of trembling. Because not that I was afraid of being maced. I've never been in a situation where I had to think to myself, oh, I should record just in case things go really left. So the second I got out the car, I pull out my phone and I start documenting. I'm like, all right, this is what's happening right now. Boom, boom, boom. Second I start doing that, she gets out the car. And, you know, I watch her out the car, making sure that, you know, I have my body facing her just in case she tries something. But so if you try something with me, Lo, if you escalate physical confrontation, I'll fight back.
Yeah.
Because you're a guy.
Yeah.
But when it's a female, I can't fight back.
Of course.
So even when she's grabbing me, I have no choice but to just continue to move in my direction. I didn't even want to pull her hand off of me. I just kept going. And luckily, I was able to do that. So anyway, she ended up getting out of the vehicle. I drove home. We got the Instagram photos.
When you got back in your car, what did she do?
Oh, yeah. She immediately got in her car and reversed. You know, at first I thought she was going to pull up. And I was like, man, I don't know how she thinks this is going to play out. But it's not going to be good if she pulls up to the house. For what? What's she going to accomplish at the house?
Oh, man.
And so now my shirt is ripped. You know, my day is gone. I don't even know if an A&P upload is about to go up. I'm still not going to let her ruin the day. You know what I mean? On the way over there, I was playing some tunes, bumping, man. And then eventually I got to the house. And then, yeah, you and Waleed were just waiting there.